Namaste. Welcome back to tutorial series on SuperPro Designer for beginners. In this tutorial, let us see how to develop a process flow sheet using SuperPro Designer. So process flow sheet is an essential requirement for simulation of any given process. So for this tutorial, I have taken example which is available on ResearchGate, that is production of citric acid via fermentation, process modeling, techno-economic assessment using SuperPro Designer. You can follow this link. The link is also provided in the description box. This README file contains the complete description of citric acid production process. They are given the brief introduction, and also the process modeling and scheduling details are also given. So we will look into this example later, but if you go to the end of this PDF, you can notice the complete process flow sheet is given. So in this tutorial, I will tell you how to develop this particular process flow sheet using SuperPro Designer. So it is better you can take a copy of it, and it will be useful for you to easily draw this process flow sheet. So we'll go back to SuperPro software. You can open a new file. It is asking for batch or continuous. We'll go with batch process. To develop a process flow sheet among these menus, unit procedure menu is very important. So under this unit procedure, there are a lot of sub menus. You can notice like batch vessel procedure. You can see there is a reactor, bioreactor, disposable reactor, fermenter, and continuous reactor. Again, sub menus are there. Under that, again different equipments are available, and I'll just show you one. And when you select this particular reactor and put it on the put it on this space, you can notice that can see equipment image, and this is not just an equipment image. So if you could right click and open this help menu, you can notice that what is this equipment. And so let us see how to draw this citric acid production flow sheet. You go to this new button, and we'll select batch for this process flow sheet development. Click OK. Yes. Under this menus which is available in the SuperPro software, to develop process flow sheet, this unit procedure menu is important. You can notice that under this drop down menu, there are a lot of sub menus are there, where they have categorized this equipment into different groups. For example, batch vessel, if you could see, mostly we use in batch process, that is reactor, bioreactor, disposable reactor, fermenter, and red leaf fermenter. You go to continuous reaction, again it is subcategorized into stoichiometric reactions, kinetic reactions, equilibrium reactions, and environmental reactions. Under environmental reaction, you can see again stoichiometric, kinetic. So we will look into this in detail later as the course goes on. We use most of these unit procedures for the simulation purpose. So for this citric acid production plant, which are all required, I'll just show that, and you can just select them and you can develop the process flow sheet. If you could see, the first equipment which is available in the process flow sheet is mixing tank. So it is nothing but a storage tank. So it is available under, you go to unit procedures, and under the storage tank, under this bulk mixing, batch mixing, and there is a blending tank. You can notice that it is a blending tank. So we will select this and put it in the workspace. So that's it. You can select it and put it in the workspace. First, let us pull all the equipments which is available for this simulation purpose or the process flow sheet development. Then we will start connecting them or naming them and do other things. So next equipment required is a filtration. You can notice that there is a PFF, plate and frame filtration. Under unit procedures, you can go to the filtration section, and under this filtration you can notice there is plate and frame filter. Select this plate and frame filter and put it in the workspace. And next requirement is again one more blending tank or storage tank is required. We can go there, go to storage, bulk, batch, and blending tank. We'll select, put it on the workspace. And next requirement is ion exchanger. So we go to unit procedure, under chromatography section, and we can see this PBA, packed bed adsorption chromatography, PBA, can select and put it here. So this is PBA equipment C101. And next one is, again we need one more storage column, that is blending tank. You can go to batch, you can use one more blending tank. And next one is heat sterilization, which is available under unit procedure. You can go to heat exchanger. Here there is an heat exchanger, and this is nothing but pasteurization. This is not heat exchanger, this is a pasteurization unit. You can select this pasteurization and you can add it here. So how do we know what it is? As that when you see an equipment, as you start working on SuperPro software, definitely you will be familiarized with particular unit procedure menu, and you can start exploring them. And the next requirement, the next row is unit procedures. You need one more storage tank, bulk, batch and blending tank. You can add one more blending tank, and the contents are sterilized. So we need again one more pasteurization unit. Go to pasteurization, select this pasteurization unit, and once the pasteurized contents are sent it to a fermenter. So fermenter, that is batch vessel, you can select fermenter and you can add it here. So FR101 fermenter, and we need two air filters, that is to filter the air. You can select, go to filtration, and there is something called air filter. You select the air filter, and before this air is compressed and sent through this air filter to the fermenter, so we need a compressor. We can go to unit procedure, and there is something called transfer near, and we are compressing gases, so we can select one centrifugal compressor. So next one, we required one more air filtration system. So you can select, go to unit procedure, you go to filtration, and you can select again one more air filter, or else you can also copy this and paste it. So you can paste this one. So automatically you can notice here it is AF101 and the name is changed to AF102, and also the process 12 and this is 10. So next one, once the post fermentation, it is sent to one more storage tank. Go to storage, bulk, batch, and you can notice it's a flat bottom tank. So you can select one flat bottom tank and keep it. Next one, the contents are sent to rotary vacuum filter. So again, you go to unit procedure, under filtration section, there is a rotary vacuum filter. You can select it and place it in the workspace. So from the rotary vacuum filter, the contents are sent to neutralization reaction. So go to unit procedure, it is available under continuous reaction, under environmental reaction, under stoichiometry. You can select neutralization reaction. So you can place one neutralization reaction. So again, we need a rotary vacuum filter, as I already told. You can go to unit procedures and you can select it, or else it is already available on the workspace. You can just copy and paste it. So you got one more rotary vacuum filter, and we need one more neutralization unit. So I'll copy and paste it. So there is one more neutralization unit, and from the neutralization unit, again we required one more rotary vacuum filter. We'll copy and paste it, and from whatever it is coming from rotary vacuum filter is sent to a crystallization unit. So you go to unit procedure. The crystallization unit is available under submenu phase change. You can see there is a continuous crystallization. So you can select the continuous crystallization, and we need one more rotary vacuum filter, and the last the rotatory drying. So you can go to drying equipment and you can select this rotatory drying. So now we have completed adding all the unit procedures required for this process simulation, and let us connect this one. So we need to connect them. So you can neatly arrange them as per the requirement. We will arrange them in order. Now we need to connect them. To connect, there is an option here on this menu bar. You can notice that there is a connect one. You can click on this connect and you can start. So whenever you are connecting from dead end to any process, the first that starting, you have to select it, or you have to click on at one point in the process flow sheet. You just click on that, it gets activated and you can connect to this one. So understood? So when you are connecting from a dead end to any process, just click once on the white space and then you can connect it. I'll show you once again. For example, you can see this is the carbon source. We will just, if for example you want to delete this, you have to deselect this option. So you can press this one, or you can press escape. If you press escape, this particular connect mode will be deactivated and this select mode will activate. Okay, so you just select it. If you want to delete it, you just delete it. So I will again connect it. You can connect, and you can notice that there is an elbow. So I'll click on this workspace and click here to make an elbow and click to this. So this is the first connection, and there is two water streams are required, and I will connect this first water stream here and second water stream. So in case if you feel this is too long, then how to edit it? Just press escape, the select mode will get activated. Click on this and right click and edit elbow. So once you edit elbow, you can reduce the size and click escape. So now I have to connect. So now three input streams are connected, that is for carbon source, two water streams are there, and I need to connect whatever it is coming out of mixing tank, means from the mixing tank I need to connect it to filter. So here you can see the output is connected to input, output is connected to input. So white ones are kind of default ports, you can select them, and these are all kind of additional ports. You can notice each equipment comes with one default input and output. It is mandatorily we need to connect them, and additional input and output streams are also available in case you require. So then again we go to this particular, I can select it, this particular stream is selected here in this I will go with according to the process flow sheet. Now this output is selected to this particular input, another mixing tank, and from this mixing tank it is connected to this PBA chromatography, and they have used two more streams, that is here they added one more stream and here one more wash stream is added. And next the constituents coming from this chromatography column is again sent to a storage tank, and you can notice in this chromatography column, so the output is, there is no like you don't need to connect it to any other operation, it is the end of that particular stream. So how to select it? So I have selected the output stream, and then I have clicked on one point to make a bend, and you can notice, so now to end it you have to just double click. Okay, from first the dead end you want to connect it to any process, you have to just do one click and then connect it to an equipment. When you want to end it, make it as a dead end, so output stream, select on the workspace and double click, so that stream is the, like it gets end in that particular unit procedure. And next one, this blending tank is connected to a vent stream. This is by default a vent stream. You can notice that this is not an output, by default this is a vent stream, and these are all the output streams. So this vent is selected, and again to make a dead end, so double click, so this is the dead end. And from this particular storage tank I will connect it to pasteurization unit, and then from pasteurization unit it is connected to the fermentation. whatever the constituents coming from, we need to connect it to fermenter. So select here, you can notice that I make a bend, so you can click here, again come back, you can click here, so that you can start making bends, and you can go along this way, again click here, take a one more click and connect. So I hope you understood. So you can just, you want to make a bend at that point, just click, okay, just click on that particular moment, you can click here, one more click, come all this way, and you can make a bend and you can connect it. So the next one, this particular, this vent stream is connected to air filter, and it is coming out, this is the dead end, double click, and whatever is coming from the air is sent to first compressor, it is pressurized, and once this pressurized air is sent to the filter, and whatever is filtered is sent it to the reactor. This is the one. And next one, whatever constitution is coming, like broth is coming from this fermenter, it is sent to a storage tank, it is default food. And next one, whatever is coming from this particular unit is sent to the filtration unit, whatever is stored in the system is sent into the filtration system. Here you can do one thing. So for example, I press escape. For example, you place a rotary vacuum filter here, the series, then what you are supposed to do, you have to bring this particular output link, click here, bring back, bring it. So lot of bends you have to do. So other way, in SuperPro there is an option to flip the equipment, I can go back. So once I move in this direction, I can also come in this particular direction. To do that, I'll just delete this stream and I go back, add my rotary vacuum filter here. So now what happens here, so for example, this is the output and I need to connect to, this is the input, output must be connected to this the input, but again I have to come back and connect it here, otherwise I can flip this equipment for an easy way of drawing. So right click on that and there is an option to flip the process flow, I'll just flip it, you can notice that, so input become output, output become input, so I can now easily connect it, connect this one, this the input, and one more stream is there, water stream for rotary vacuum filter, the washing purpose, you can see this, and whatever the biomass or solid coming out of this, there is one more stream. And now here you can notice that this whatever the filtrate is coming and it is sent to a neutralization unit, but you cannot connect input to input. So what you are supposed to do, press escape, you can right click and flip this, now you can notice I got the output one. So we need to connect this particular whatever the neutralizing stream here to this particular default one, and also there is neutralizing solution is added, the lime is added here, yes. And next again we need to flip it, this also need to flip it, we'll flip them now and we can connect it. So means whatever it is coming, the liquid, the solution from neutralization further of post neutralization, so we need to connect it to again rotary vacuum filter. Here also there is one vent port to make it an open vessel, and again we need to add the wash solution here, and there is whatever the waste is coming from this particular stream is again taken out, okay. So whatever the solution is coming from here, now it is again sent to a neutralization unit and neutralizing agent is added here and vent is connected, and whatever is coming from this neutralization unit is connected to one more rotary vacuum filter. So again wash solution is used, one more stream, and you can get a solid from this particular neutralization step, and again the broth, the liquid whatever is coming, again sent it to crystallization unit. So during the crystallization process you get the vapors, this dead end, and this crystallization unit output port you can connect it to one more. The crystals need to be dried, you send it to rotary vacuum filter, and if you want to wash the crystals you can use one more wash stream, and you're going to generate the liquid fresh from this, that is again dead end, and whatever the crystals you're going to get you need to send it to rotary vacuum dryer, and also we need to supply air to this process. So we get the product, the crystals, and again dead end, and air is continuously supplied, you can take it out. So now we connected all the streams, so you can make any kind of bends. In this tutorial I just showed you how to add the unit procedures, how to connect them from the dead end to the process. So you just click on the white space and then you can easily connect it. You want to make that as a dead end from the output port, you just select whichever port you need to make it a dead end, you can select and double click on that one. So now you can notice that the process streams are renamed, they are given the names to the process streams, and you can also notice that this equipment names are also kind of in bold, or they have renamed some process. So we can do that. For example, you can notice this particular stream is renamed. So how do I rename? It is S101. By default the process SuperPro software will give the names to this particular stream, that is stream 101, stream 102, stream 103, the process 1, so vessel 101. You can notice that here process 2, that is PFF, plate and frame filter 101. For example, one more process float is, you can notice that it is an order, process 1 2 3 4, it is given in particular order 1 2 3 4 5 6 like that, and this is the equipment short name, that is PFF, and the vessel 102, blending 103, P5 103, and this is pasteurization PZ101, and you can notice there PZ102. So we forgot to connect here, so we can connect it back. So there is ammonium sulfate is added here, and other salts are added, and the one more water stream is added, and this constituents, there is a vent port, and these constituents are sent to pasteurization unit. Once it is pasteurized, so we need to send it to a reactor. So we connected. Now we can rename them. So just you can notice I want to rename this S101 stream, just click on this, you can notice it highlighted in red color, right click on that, edit label, you can notice here edit label option S101, I will rename it as C source, click OK. And next one, this is they are adding water, edit water, so just water you can add, click OK. And again if I add one more water, I rename this stream as again water, it will not take, because it says that name water is already being used by another stream, try again. So that is the purpose. What we can do, this stream they have named it as water 1A, and this one as water 1B, water 1, click OK. You can notice this changes, and also they have given this by default, this equipment name is blending tank or storage tank, you can use it for multiple purpose. So you want to rename it, you can right click and you can edit labels. You can notice here under equipment level there is a procedure name P1, that is procedure name, P stands for procedure P1, and procedure description it is blending or storage, and equipment name that is V101. You can change this equipment name also, and you can change this blending tank. In this purpose they have given it as mixing, I'll retype it as a mixing, and rest all will go with default, click OK. So you can notice that is blending or storage is now changed to mixing. So further again they have P and F filtration, they have renamed it. So edit labels, they have named it just as a filtration unit. Click OK. Again the next one they have given it as storage. Instead of blending slash storage, they have just named it as storage. And the next equipment they have renamed it as ion exchange. Click OK. And the next one they renamed it as just storage. We'll delete this. Click OK. And next one, this pasteurization unit, they have renamed it as heat sterilization. Click OK. And here also you can notice this particular stream is renamed as AMM sulfate, ammonium sulfate, and this particular stream they have renamed it as other salts. And this particular unit they have renamed it as water. So already just water you can add, because there is nowhere water is available, the stream name. You can just add water, but later stages it creates a problem. So that for that purpose now water 2, the second like in the sense for procedure 2 we have one more water stream. Click OK. And this also they have renamed it as mixing. So now we can notice we have renamed all the streams according to the process flow sheet given. We can rename all the equipments according to the process flow sheet. And now you can notice that these stream titles are highlighted in bold color. So you can, to highlight this particular process stream, you can select this, go to unit procedure edit option. You can notice one thing under edit option, this process operation is highlighted, but you can notice all these operations are like kind of not highlighted. So how to edit this particular streams or equipment information? When I select this particular stream, you can notice under edit menu, the stream option is highlighted. Now I want to edit this particular stream edit labels. You can go to this edit labels, you want to rename it, click OK. Or else I want to change some stream characteristics, for example, so make it bold, or I want to forward, backward. You can change, you can go to style, you can go to edit style. For example, you want to make this name, the label as bold color. I want to make it bold, I want to select different font, click OK. And here also click OK. You can notice that this particular label is changed to other font. So you can make it bold, or you can change it to other font. Same way, for example, I want to rename this equipment, or kind of make this particular mixing word highlighted. You can again, so when I select this one, automatically this unit procedure operation is highlighted. Previously when I selected a stream, this particular stream options was highlighted. Now unit procedure option is highlighted. Again you can go to this particular style, so edit, and you can notice here what need to be kind of highlighted or need to be changed, the name. You can notice name, you can name label, you can go here. If you want to select other font, you can click OK and click OK. This here now you can see this procedure 1 V101 got highlighted. I want this mixing to be highlighted, so go to edit, unit procedures, style, you can again edit. So here name, this particular is name label, P1 V101 is the name label, and mixing is a description label. So again I go back to the name label, I can select back Arial font, click OK. Description I go, I can select a different font, click OK. and okay. So you can notice this mixing is highlighted. That's what, whenever you right click on this equipment, edit labels, you can see three things. One is procedure name, procedure description, and equipment name. So you can rename them, and automatically this procedure name and equipment name under the labels, you can notice here under edit option, unit procedure, under this particular style, edit label, you can see name label is there, description label is there. So P1, V101 both are name labels. You can accordingly change the font, and description level you can accordingly change the description font. So you can just edit them, all the streams whichever way you required, whichever font is required, whichever need to be highlighted, and whichever is not so prominent, you can change them. And further in the process, whenever there is a bigger process, you can classify this process into different section. For example, fermentation section, upstream section, downstream section. And also you can notice here there is two labels are added. One is like fermentation section, other one is isolation section. To add the text, you can notice here the right side there is one more menu bar. You can just select the text. Wherever you want to add the text, you just click on that. You can notice the text is appeared now. I will just delete this default text word and I will type fermentation. So once you add this particular word, you can notice some more components are highlighted. For example, I want to make it little bigger font. You want to edit it, double click on that and you can name it as fermentation section. So I can select this particular section. You can notice it's highlighted. There is edit styles are there. You can select it. I will change the font to Arial font and little bigger font. Click OK. And for example, you want to change the color, I will change it to some green color. Click OK. So you can notice, so you can again go back, that is we have changed the text frame, and now the color of this particular font need to be changed. You can select green color and click OK. So you want this frame color need to be changed. As I told, you can go to text frame, I'll make it red color, click OK. You can notice the changes. Now this is the fermentation section. For example, you want to add, you can just copy this and you can paste it here, isolation section. You can rename it as isolation section. For example, you want it in a different font, just go to this palette. I will make it in some blue color, click OK. You can notice this color has been changed. So you can accordingly, the whatever way you required, you can add the format like labels also, you can write the description also, and you can make it more clean and neat. And later this lot of streams need to be initiated, you need to be selected at different levels. So that is the reason we try to rename them. By default, if you keep S147, yes, software will do all the procedures, all the simulations, but once we start simulating, we get confused with multiple stream, multiple procedures. That is the reason we need to rename these particular procedures, streams, and all these things. I hope at least you got some basic idea how to develop the process flow sheet. Until unless you practice, you cannot be familiarized with these concepts. You please practice on that. And further, there are a lot of different levels we need to edit them or kind of add descriptions to this particular process once the post process simulation. So those things we'll learn when we solve some of these problems.